It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we've got the Dolphins' superstar wide receiver. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Dolphins and the Bills. And it's coming right up on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. Four touchdowns, one pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Throwing to start the drive. Mitchell. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called out again this week.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Mitchell. He's going to go up top again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Here's Smith. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Just beating the play clock, Smith. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number one in their conference.
It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Sutton, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The numbers for him from a week ago: 22 carries, 138 yards, and a touchdown.
Hey, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilkins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Up the middle they go. Sutton. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
This one complete to Smallwood.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Sutton. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Mitchell. Throwing middle, and it's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll run on first down. It's Sutton. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. This is 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Mitchell flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Mitchell. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. That's so frustrating for an offense, especially on the road. You put together a great drive, but in the end, you come away with nothing.
And it kind of silenced the crowd a little, too. But few things wake them up quite like a missed field goal.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 51 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but his defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Mitchell. He finds his man. Complete. It's Wilkins. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 19 yards there on the catch and run. On 1st down, Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Now a timeout called for by the defense.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Back to throw. Mitchell eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's caught.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
A choice to make. You're on the road. You're going to take the 3. You're so close to the end zone.
Well, you know what the book says. You know, that mythical book about what to do in certain situations. Road team, it says be aggressive.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo.
And I guess that's where you turn on 4th and goal to your muscle back there. Hand him the... He does the dirty work.
I think you're asking a lot of your defense there, right? Having to make the stand, have to prepare for just about any type of play to be called, and then here comes the power right at you. On that play, the big man got into the end zone.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Now Smith. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's Smith. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
2nd down and a yard.
Smith. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To the air again, Smith. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Darted. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Cunningham. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They go with Cunningham. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Again, Cunningham here on the ground. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They go play action here on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Looking to throw. Mitchell. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilkins. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 45-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. Here's Cunningham.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. They run with Cunningham.
But now he appears to be in some pain.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Sutton. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 19-yard line. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit at 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Sutton.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Mitchell now, operating from the gun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bills' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Back to throw, Smith. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Smith throwing again. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
Throwing is Smith. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Again, Smith. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. To throw is Smith.
And that went to the right side and incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
From the gun on third down, Smith. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up fourth. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
On fourth down, Sean McDermott trots the field goal unit out there. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to our left, past the halfway point of the season, and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Bills offense and their running back getting set to go once more. We take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns out of the backfield. And his numbers are superior to the rest of his peers at this point in the season. Now Smith. That'll be caught by James.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it second down. Up the middle they go. Darted.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down. Just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 3.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. Smith. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense. You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still third down.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Smith now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Delay of game. Offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now it's Smith. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. A shotgun snap for Smith. This is caught. Touchdown, Bills. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills are back within a score.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
And this one is caught. So they come up with a 2-point conversion, and that makes this a 1-point game now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. To throw is Mitchell. From the gun, he'll throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilkins. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Over the middle, it's complete.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Now a give, right side. It's Cunningham, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cunningham, and he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now a play fake here on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cunningham, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. to throw. Mitchell, he finds his man, complete. It's Wilkins. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Here's Mitchell. Off play action. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. First down marker at the 5-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Mitchell. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bills force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. So this offense moving the ball. A 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Here's Smith. And now another one thrown incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Dolphins offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by...
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Point after try forthcoming. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Buffalo set to get the football back here. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's James. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4.
2nd and 6.
From the gun, here's Smith. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 38-yard line. Throwing again is Smith. He completes it to Jones. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Play action. It's Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
Now Smith. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Jones. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this time he is in. Yes. A great effort there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point right. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Now a handoff up the middle. Sutton, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Sutton. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. middle they go. It's Sutton, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
56 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
On first down, Sutton.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Sliding, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. Back to throw. Mitchell. Flushed out right. Oh, no, he lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. And this one is right down the middle. And that will add 3 more to their lead and pushes it up to 6.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Here's Smith.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Jones has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Darted, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Darted. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Smith. Over the middle, complete. It's James. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Smith.
James has got it. Complete. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
2nd and 6 coming up.
Up the middle they go. Darted. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Here's Smith. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown and the ever-critical extra point. So it is a 1-point lead here in the final minute of action. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So the Dolphins now down by 1. A little over 40 seconds to go. Their undefeated season, it's in danger unless they can score here as they've got a 1st and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Here we go. This is 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. Somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed in intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Bills, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, it's their first stumble of the season as they'll dip to 8-1 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.